just stay in place. So there's little you can do besides be grouped up with your allies to really walk out of that assault and battery gank alive.
Yeah, and in response, we're seeing Sivir being hovered over. A very good counter pick to buy. The Bell Shield can actually block the ultimate, as well as her own ultimate on the hunt can easily disengage against a Vi.
Yeah, movement speed is of utmost importance, especially coming into this season with Sivir being banned out a lot of the times, especially in OGN. They really love that ultimate. They value that ultimate like more than any other AD carry right now. So you don't see typically Lucians or Jinx being banned out, but it's not uncommon to see a Sivir banned out just for that ulti alone.
Yeah, her ultimate is just such a playmaker. It offers so much to the team. It's a free Shirelia's at level 6.
Right. So we do see team carry everything. They're gonna go ahead with the Sivir and the LeBlanc pick. So, how do you feel about LeBlanc and her ability to survive these ganks from Vi that are inevitably gonna go her way?
I feel like she's not gonna have a hard time getting ganked. It's more that she's gonna have difficulty getting to the Tristana later in the game. She's very powerful early game. She's gonna have to capitalize on that. She's gonna make the most out of her roaming abilities.
Oh, definitely. And Day Wards are gonna counter that with their Annie and the Tristana pick. This is actually, twice out of 3 games that Tristana has been picked, and me and Burnout were talking about it yesterday. We were kind of surprised that we're seeing Tristana when there's a Lucian available, and it just seems like Tristana's kind of fallen out of favor. But what's your opinion on Tristana in her current state?
I've been a supporter of Tristana ever since the changes to the game. Almost every game goes to 40 minutes, and then that's when Tristana starts to shine. If she can get to that late game point, she'll be able to tear anybody up on the team.
Yeah, definitely. You don't want to see a Tristana past 35 minutes because, like you said, that's when she really reaches her ultimate form, if you will. The range just outranges nearly everything in the game, and her rapid fire gives her about 90% increased attack speed. So you couple that with all those late game items, you're gonna be crit, smacked, and just exploded like in a matter of seconds if no one's there to peel for you.
There's only one attack speed steroid that's stronger, and that's Jinx's machine gun when it's at full charge.
Yeah, so
which is 120%.
Yeah, so and we're seeing here from Team Carry Everything, they're picking up Jarvan and Leona. So we haven't seen too much Jarvan recently since these new changes. Why do you feel that is? I mean, we're seeing a lot more of just like the mobile and the tanky bruisers now, but Jarvan's knockup seems to has fallen back a little bit.
It's more of other junglers coming to light. Evelyn being a huge one, actually not picked or banned in this game, surprisingly. Right. Evelyn has been a huge priority ever since the stealth changes, and other junglers like Vi just coming into the limelight, doing everything Jarvan does, just a little bit better with more damage. And I really want to talk about this Galio pick. Galio going mid against LeBlanc, a true counter to LeBlanc, but hasn't seen much play since early season 2.
Yeah, definitely. And the big part of Galio, why he isn't being played, is just because his Idol of Duran needs such a good placement for him to really use it effectively. A lot of times you need to couple that with your flash to really get the whole team in that AoE effect. It's kind of redundant, but yeah, like that's the big reason why Galio hasn't been being played. His skill set is wonderful. That movement speed boost does damage and helps your team get out of situations or pursue targets, and his Q does a lot of damage as well. So he's not short of burst damage, that's for sure. And that AoE CC, you combine that with other wombo combos very easily.
I think it's a pick that they wanted to help protect Tristana because Annie is likely going to be the initiator on the team, the follow-up CC to Vi, whereas now Galio can save all of his cooldown, well, most of his cooldowns appeal for Tristana late game.
Right. And then now Team Carry Everything are going to use that last pick on Jace. So it's going to be probably Jace versus Jax up in the top lane, LeBlanc versus Galio in the mid lane, and then we have Annie, Trist versus Sivir and Leona. So that's going to be pretty interesting. Just looking at these lane matchups, there's going to be a lot of action right off the bat. Jax and Jace, they're going to want to establish their dominance early because no one wants the other person to get that edge up in there because Jax is known to be a hyper carry going into the mid game. Jace is always a threat with those powerful shock blasts and his ability to just poke down towers. So I'm excited to see this game unfold. I can definitely see a first blood within the first couple minutes.
Yeah, that's definitely going to be an interesting matchup. Jax and Jace, I think that's all about whoever gets first blood in the top lane will end up winning that lane and will make a huge impact on the game. Jax, if he gets a kill on Jace, can easily just all-in him over and over again, whereas Jace, if he gets first blood, can poke Jax down until he's dead every time. Right. But now that champion select is over and we're waiting out the 3-minute wait for spectators, we have the results from the poll for the winners, and Day Awards is the favorite with 62.5% of the votes.
Ooh, so a lot of people thinking that Galio is gonna shine bright over this LeBlanc, and it's a toss-up for me. I could see both teams winning this because both teams have excellent early game, and then as well as really strong late game. You got the late game coming out for Day Awards with Tristana and Jax if it gets to that point. Also, Vi and Galio will be virtually unkillable in that stage. Meanwhile, Team Carry Everything, LeBlanc, you always got to be, on your tippy toes when you're the squishy member on the other team because chances are she's going to be going for you every time and she's just going to fly out of the forest and assassinate you. Meanwhile, you got Jace and Jarvan and Leona. They're going to be in your face when they want to engage, so anything can really happen in this matchup. But yeah, it seems people have spoken for Day Awards.
Nonetheless, I actually really like Team Carry Everything's team comp this game. Sivir complements Leona, Jace, and Jarvan very well with the On the Hunt, and then stack that with the Shurelya's, and they can engage on whoever they want, even if they're way out of arm's reach for a normal pick in the jungle.
Yeah, not to mention On the Hunt plus Talisman of Ascension plus the Speed Gate. Is there any way you can outrun that even with Galio's little speed boost? I don't know so much about that. So yeah, Day Awards are going to need to be sure when they're showing up to fight that they're all ready to fight, because at the drop of a dime, Team Carry Everything can just flip the switch, hit the NAS, and just ride or die into the fight.
We'll be seeing Fast and Furious 7 for their team.
Yes, sequel. But we are loading in, ladies and gentlemen. I want to remind you that this is day 2 of Compete League's Gold Competitive League qualifiers. My name's Roofster. Your co-caster is the one and only Gcl Lalshak, and we are watching Day Awards go head-to-head versus Team Carry Everything to get into this league. And for Day Awards, we have... I'll wait for a second while the screen loads. Okay. We have Revex playing Annie as the support. Leonard will be playing Vi in the jungle. Ron Quan will be playing Tristana as the marksman. Hill of a Shovel will be playing Galio in the mid lane. And Leona will be playing Jax in the top lane. It's a little bit confusing.
A little ironic that there's a Leona on the other team.
Right.
And for Team Carry Everything, Johnny Pants playing LeBlanc in the mid lane. Sitting at desk playing Sivir in the bottom lane as the AD carry. Smash Pack playing Jarvan as the jungler. The Brutality playing Leona as the support. And Medicated playing Jace in the top lane.
Yeah, so... yeah, so if you guys see us calling... Maybe we should just call Jax because Leona as Jax is a little bit confusing with the Leona on the other side. There's going to be some confusion there, but...
I'm just
Yeah,
waiting for Leona to catch Leona out.
yeah, it's like a mirror match.
It's the only mirror match I've seen in draft ever.
Doesn't happen that often, but when it does, it's very magical. But yeah, so there's gonna be, like I said earlier, there's gonna be tons of aggression in every lane. Leona, Annie, both aggressive supports. There's gonna be there's gotta be stuff happening as early as once they get to the lane. They're just gonna try and assert that dominance over one another. And once level 2 hits, whoever gets level 2 first, expect to see them just go ham, all in with that, because that's a common strategy that we're seeing, especially in that bot lane. People are pushing the wave and trying to get that level 2 advantage before the other team does, and then when they do, that's when they go all in because they have the stats, the extra skill, and the experience to dive in like that.
Nonetheless, I've heard a lot of people say that Leona is the only real true counter to Annie. That she can engage harder than Annie can and just can tank most of what she can do.
Right. Yeah, the thing with Annie is she is a very annoying support to play against, but if if you're keeping track of her charges, you can pretty much expose her for her weaknesses when she doesn't have her stun up, because if you're forcing her to just play safe and not aggressively, then then you're protecting your AD carry. And as Leona, like you said, she's perfect for tanking that damage, any harass, while leaving her AD carry Sivir to just throw those bouncing glaives all over the place.
And interesting masteries from Jarvan 4. As Day Awards pings all of Team Carry Everything's towers. Jarvan has the Biscuit Mastery, and I don't know if that was by mistake, but I don't see very many Jarvans run utility at all. Usually they go 921 to get that extra damage in the early game to get their lane snowballing.
Yeah, absolutely right there. So he's probably playing more of a tanky utility type of jungler at this point, because there's got to be no shortage of damage coming out for Team Carry Everything. They got Jace, LeBlanc, Sivir to pretty much clean up everything, so he just needs to make sure he stays alive for these team fights.
Yeah, that is very true. He also has the movement speed masteries on, so he can get to his ganks a lot easier as well.
And interesting here, Team Carry Everything are actually not choosing to put LeBlanc against Galio. They were going to put Jace against him and try their chance at a Jax LeBlanc lane instead. How do you feel about this? Do you think this is going to pan out for Team Carry Everything?
I think this is a very good decision. Jace is very good against Galio, can cancel his ulti if he Qs E before it's too late, and is very counterintuitive for Galio to build armor, seeing as how he scales off of magic resistance.
Yeah, very good point. His passive does give him more AP the more MR he does have, so forcing him to get armor early on is really going to hinder his damage output. So pretty good call by Team Carry Everything, and this is what we're talking about. A lot of people think just because these guys are in lower elo that they can't, they can't make strategic plays. But actually down at bottom, Tristana and Annie jumping in on Sivir, and they do get the first blood on her this play. I'm sorry. Oh, man.
Yeah,
sorry.
That was a matter of Annie and Tristana getting level 2 before Sivir and Leona could. Sivir was only level 1 as well as Leona in that exchange. Gonna make a huge advantage for Tristana, one of the most snowball AD carries in the game, who's very dominant early game, and if she does really well in the early game, can really totally mask her weak mid game that she has, which is her biggest weakness by far. And Viet was looking for a gank in the top lane, but Johnny Pants easily getting away from that one with her distortion.
Yeah, I definitely apologize for that. I was like so excited that, I was in the middle of a sentence and I I don't know, I ended up like choking on my own air there.
No worries, it happens to the best of us.
It just caught me by surprise. I mean, I knew something was gonna happen, but they just went all in just the second that they got that stun off down at bottom, and beautiful play. Even though Sivir used Flash and Barrier, ended up getting that first blood there. So good communication by Day Wards to go completely all in. Don't leave anything left on the table and just to go for that kill when they wanted it.
Also, Jace was killed by Galio, which is going
Yeah.
to make it even harder for LeBlanc as they lane swap. This lane swap is really coming to bite Team Carry Everything. LeBlanc's not going to be able to roam that well from top lane, nor is she going to have a good matchup in lane against Galio, who now
Alright.
is 1-0.
Yeah, we see Galio returning the lane with that Chalice of Harmony. That's the perfect item for Galio right there. MR and mana regen as well, so he can spam spells. But constant action down at bottom lane. We have sitting at desk, nearly forced to sit at his tower because of how low he's falling in these engagements.
Yeah, Dayward's doing a really good job bullying him out, getting constant harass on sitting at desk, really abusing the short range of Sivir. Definitely her biggest weakness is her range.
Yeah. So Jax, back in that mid lane, trying to take out this Jace, and Jace is, using every bit of advantage that he has against this Jax right now. But she's gonna get jumped on by Leonard coming up from the top lane. The ignite was used. It's not gonna be enough to finish, so he's gonna live to see another day. But a nice gank. Did he use a summoner there? No, he flashed earlier.
Vi flashed for that though.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so Vi used the flash for that. Unfortunately, they didn't walk out with anything, but that works out for Team Carry Everything because the flash is off on Vi. They also use the ignite in mid lane as well, so not a bad trade-off there.
Yeah, definitely a good trade-off for Team Carry Everything. Burning Jax's ignite is gonna make Jace way more safe, and this gank on bot lane is not gonna be as threatening without a flash on Vi.
Right, and Leonard
Although
is
it's
waiting in that
unwarded.
bush. They have no idea that he is in there, but at the same time, Smash Pack is coming down. He actually might even jump over through the bush, but he opts not to. It's like they have like a sixth sense or something.
He might be psychic. Oh, he was waiting for his cooldown actually, which
Oh.
worked out well for them.
Yeah, so he has jumped into the bush. They don't know he jumped in there. He swept it as well, so he knows that there's no ward. They're going to wait patiently for this and just wait for their perfect window of opportunity. They know the anti-stun is up. Something could erupt very soon. Here comes Brutality. He's going to go in all the way on the Rivax right there, and that's going to be one dead Annie right there.
Sivir getting her payback kill will now actually be able to possibly swing this lane into her favor. Annie started with a Doran's shield and got the first kill. Tristana might even end up getting behind in this lane now, missing out a lot of CS from that kill, and not having the kill from earlier might hurt her.
Yeah, and it looks like Smash Pack is not done yet. Medicated, trying his best to bait out Jax here, but he's falling dangerously low. There's not much he can do in the fight if he lets Jax jump on him, but here comes the J4. It's going to be a missed EQ combo.
And Jax is now level 6. Is going to look to trade constantly against this Jace.
Right.
Jax, Jax Leona is going to be able to easily outtrade Medicated.
Yeah. The thing when you're playing Jax is the most important thing, once you get that Grandmaster's Might, you want to get those 2 auto attacks off, and then if you want to trade, you jump with that third one ready, because you combine that proc effect on the Grandmaster's Might with the leap strike, it does an immense amount of damage. So that's one little tip for coming out on top with these trades as you're playing Jax.
And Johnny Pants doing a good job.
Oh, he
keeping
actually
up his-
flashes with the Counter-Strike in. He's trying to get the kill on, but he doesn't have Ignite. Oh, Vi actually goes in with the Assault and Battery and cleans it up. So Jax knew exactly what was going to go down. Didn't even need to take any more turret damage. Just let Leonard get in there and clean it up.
A Smash Pack kind of missed his opportunity to pick off Leonard there, was doing Wolves, and then missed his EQ Lance.
Oh, he actually
Eventually losing
uses the Cataclysm on the tower, but the hard thing about catching Jax is if he has something to jump to, it's very difficult to nail him down.
Yeah, Jack's a very slippery champion. This Leap Strike, a local
Oh.
as Johnny Pants and Hillful Shovel go at it in the top
Down
lane.
at bottom, Revex does go down after both ultis from Leona and Sivir have been used. But actually, Tristana takes down Sivir while Sivir's taking down Annie. So will he be able to take it? Leona's so incredibly tanky. He's not going to pursue any further because he's taking a lot of minion damage. But at top, Hill of a Shovel. He's met with Smash Pack at the tower. He actually flashes. Oh, gets the execute. So, wow. J4 flashed to not only get nothing, but yeah, I mean, he got some EXP, so he got something out of that. But I think that's a bigger win for Hill of a Shovel there.
Yeah, Hill of a Shovel killing LeBlanc and then getting an execute, not giving any gold to Jarvan. On Galio, he's almost got his Chalice of Harmony, or not his Chalice of Harmony, the Fiend's Unholy Grail rather, and it's going to become very scary moving into the mid and late game.
Yeah, Fiend's Holy Grail is a very deceptively powerful item. Gives some of the best stats that you need as an AP carry, giving that CDR, the mana regen, and also a big chunk of ability power as well. So, one of my favorite items when I'm playing mid lane, but Jax is going to jump on medicated yet once again. He's getting a lot of damage. The Ignite does go down. He's probably going to go down. Yes, he does. And wow, there was not much medicated he could do there. I mean, he knocked him back, but the thing with Jax is he can just keep jumping back in.
Yeah, the Ignite finishing him off in the Bilgewater Cutlass, doing a decent amount of damage to him. Jax has been constantly trading with the Jace. Like I had predicted before, whoever gets first blood in this lane is definitely going to win the matchup, as Jace is forced to build a lot of armor, has a chain vest.
Oh, the flash stun coming out from Revax there. They catch Sivir and Leona. The nice assault and battery does go down as well. Sivir's going to go down. Leonard falling dangerously low, but he's not going to go down. That's going to be 2 down for nothing for Day Wards there. Beautiful flash engage by Revax there.
As a gank is coming up on top lane, Smash Pack waiting for Hillful Shovel to push up so we can get this gank on him and get Johnny Pants back in the game.
Oh, yet another missed EQ combo. Idol Duran does go down while the Cataclysm is down just to stop some more damage, but yeah, he's just going to walk out of there alive. He's just very tanky right now. LeBlanc can hardly dent Galio with the Merc Treads and also that Chalice of Harmony magic resistance.
Yeah, and Dayward's doing a good job of, after killing the tower and killing bot lane, getting Dragon afterwards as well. Definitely snowballing these objectives very well to push their gold lead even further.
Oh, here comes Smash Pack now onto Leona, but that standard is just a little bit too short there. And actually, Jax is going to fight back with this, even though Medicated is here. So is Leona. He takes him down. Medicated and Brutality trying to take him down as well. Does he have enough to jump away? Will he get out of there? The Ignite has gone down. Oh, the final Shock Blast is going to give Jace that shutdown kill.
And they're chasing Leonard, but Revax will be able to come in and save him pretty easily.
Yeah, that was a pretty impressive 1v3 turnaround there. He just decided to flip the switch and start smacking stuff. And he walked out with a kill. I mean, he nearly got out of there alive. I feel like if he had something to jump to, or maybe he was out of mana, didn't have enough mana to do the leap, but he could have very well escaped if he had either.
Yeah, going a little bit aggressive, choosing to get the kill rather than get out alive. He has finished his Blade of the Rune King though, so it's going to be very hard to get rid of him. He's going to be able to stick on whoever he chooses he wants to go after right now. I don't think that there's enough peel for anybody on Team Carry Everything to get Jax off anybody at this point.
Yeah, there's just, I mean, they're going to need to pop all their movement speed and steroids. Also, Leona's going to need to focus solely on pinning Jax down and keeping him away from Sivir because, you know, like you said, once Jax gets that Blade of the Rune King, his sticking power increases so much more. And then once he gets that Trinity Force, good luck trying to get out of there. But meanwhile, at bottom, Brutality just showing his dominance here in lane. Jumps on Revax here, but wow, the Tibbers goes right onto Sivir and gets exploded. Oh, the nice rocket jump behind, and then the Buster Shot back into the lane. That's going to be a double kill for, or no, not a double kill, but 2-for-0 exchange again in favor of Day Wards.
Yeah, beautiful combo from Revax. He completely bursted Sivir. Sitting at desk, had no opportunity to really respond after being stunned.
Oh, actually, they
go in Smash Pack.
Yeah, Smash Pack does get seen at his own blue buff, and it's going to be a nice little buff transfer. Meanwhile, Jax takes down LeBlanc, but LeBlanc with that ignite and with the help of the tower goes takes down the Jax as well.
Yeah, like I said, Jax is snowballing out of control. Nobody can stop him. There's no answer for him at this point.
Yeah, he's just got that Blade of the Rune King, and once you get that Trinity Force, it's gonna be so much damage by himself alone that it demands attention. And if you're focusing everything on the Jax, that's gonna leave Tristana, Galio, and Vi to pretty much wreak havoc on the rest of your teammates. So they're really gonna need something. Something big here to get their chances back in. Actually, the Idol Duran going down on Medicated with the Ignite. Medicated flashes out to dodge that final E from Galio, and he's going to live to see another day.
Yeah, an interesting build choice on Jace, looking to go for the Sunfire Cape first instead of any damage. Usually you see Jace's prioritize damage and get tankiness almost endgame.
Yeah, that's definitely something you don't see every day, seeing Jaces go more of a defensive route. A lot of players decide to go all-out damage with him just to enhance that speed gate shock blast poke that he provides so effectively. But who knows? They might have something up their sleeve. Jace has been getting ganked all game. Jax is gonna jump in on this, tanking that turret damage, but Tibbers does go down. The Solar Flare goes down as well to try and thwart the further advances, but they are set on their minds on trying to get this tower down, and Leona's not going to tank it anymore.
Yeah, they could have got a kill there a little bit easier if they would have focused one target instead of getting all of them down to half. Otherwise, that was a really good engage by Daywards, capitalizing on the mispositioning of Team Carry Everything.
Yeah, Team Carry Everything's so low. You saw Jax there. He was thinking about jumping in there because he could probably have took down one of them by himself, but didn't want to play too aggressively, knowing that they have such a good lead right now. They don't want to give that up on such a bloodthirsty attempt there.
Yeah, not making sure not to go way too deep, but playing aggressive nonetheless. Really pressing their advantage. Looking at Dragon as it spawns right away, getting the timer on it, and continuing to get these objectives and increase their lead.
Yeah, so what, in your opinion, does Team Carry Everything need to do? Do they need to, keep the team fights staggered, or should they group up, or what? Because they've got to do something about this Jax, and I don't know if they want to see Jax with the rest of his team. Is it best to just try and isolate the Jax in the lane by himself, and hopefully you can not get killed and just keep the lane pushed moderately so it's not at your tower? Or what do you think they should do?
At this point, they really need to get a lot of wards out there and get as many picks as they can. If they can bait somebody to try to rotate behind them and then focus him before a fight and then fight 4v5, that'd be best for them right now. As Johnny Pants gets jumped on by Jax, taking her down to half health.
Yeah, that was only like a couple hits with that empowered strike too, so Jax getting super scary by the second. But wow, they're going 4-man strong here, and even as a 3v4, Daywards are not that intimidated by Team Carry Everything right now.
Yeah, Team Carry Everything not really having an answer for what Daywards is shoving at them right now. They're just gonna keep looking to push every single lane by visiting top lane and trying to push down the top turret with Galio.
Yeah, we're seeing Galio. He's got that Athene's Holy Grail finish. He's going all out damage. He doesn't want to be the tanky Galio. He's got Vi to do that for him. So he's gonna focus on getting those resolute smikes and those gales to do as much DPS as possible.
My guess is that he's going to get an Abyssal Scepter next to get that scaling off of the MR as well as the ability power.
Right.
He'll do a lot of damage, decreasing all of their MR and giving himself even more damage.
Yeah, so it seems like Daywards are trying really hard to, cancel out that top side of the jungle for Team Carry Everything. They're forcing a lot right here, putting a lot of offensive wards, but Team Carry Everything aren't going to let this fall just like that. So they're trying to keep it warded as well, which is good. Is exactly what you need to do when you feel you're getting pressed in on your own side of the jungle. Make sure it's warded. Don't let any sneak attacks happen because um, a terrible bush check at this